Hey, Michael, digitaltshirtshop.com here. So we wanted to go over our finances for the last month, looking at our sales. So I kind of simplified this. I haven't actually gone through and I mean, there's ways to do it correctly, but I've kind of gone and simplified it to try to make it easier to more kind of estimate whether we made a profit or not. The more sales we have, the more work it takes to kind of jot everything down. And so I've gone through and I've just kind of estimated some cost based on, uh, order sizes and things like that, just to try to make it easier for me to not have to spend so much time kind of compiling all of this. Um, so simplifying it, we had let's see, we sold 71 shirts between Amazon and Etsy here. And we have, which is a little over 2 shirts a day. I think we had said on the other video it was 2.25 shirts a day or something like that. So uh, we had a carryover loss year to date from the previous month of 176.64. We did 769 in Etsy sales. We did 428 in Amazon sales for a total of $1,200. We had Amazon fees, we had Etsy fees. I paid to have my sister-in-law upload more products, um, pattern fee, and then some of our regular fees that we have, printer and shirts and supplies and all those things. So in all, we had a total of $974 in expenses, $1,197 in revenue. So for the month, we actually made 223. When you take out the carryover from the prior month, we actually only made about $50. Um, so we're still really, really not making a lot of money. I sit and I think about that. I made $50 and I'm like, oh, it's horrible. I mean, $50, with all the time that I put into it. And I know every month I talk about this because I see that number and I'm just like, oh, that's horrible. Thinking about, I mean, how much money I made doing that. Now, in my case, it's not really quite so. I'm not really paying for a second printer. I pay for that with my other business. Um, so in actuality, I probably made $250. But this is supposed to mirror, let's say I had started my own business. I'm keeping my costs low. Um, these are the expenses I have had in running my business, and whether I'm profitable with my at-home business. And you can see, so February, March, April, May, June, 5 months into this, and we barely made our first $50 year to date. Now we're if you watched our last video and looked and saw how the sales are trending with our Eclipse t-shirts, there's the potential to really make a lot of money this month. For the first 9 days of July, we've already sold almost as many shirts as we sold the entire month of June last month. So we could end up, selling two, three, I mean, if we're really lucky, maybe even 400 shirts in July, which is a lot of shirts. And it's going to take, quite a bit more work to make sure all of those get printed and mailed. But that's going to have a night and day effect on our profitability as well. And one of the things that we've got to take into consideration is that once that eclipse passes and we've sold all those Eclipse t-shirts, there's a good chance that our sales are going to go back down again. We don't have the recognition and the traffic and all those things to have sustainable 20, average of 20 shirt a day average for the month. We don't have a sustainable traffic and interest in our product yet. We're just taking advantage of a seasonal and kind of once in a lifetime type thing now, which is probably good reason to make sure that just in general you take care of those things. If there are big things coming up like elections, or there are big things like an eclipse, or it's kind of some of these rare things that come up, and somebody who makes t-shirts can take, or other products can take advantage of that. There's a lot of money that could be made. um, it gets a little bit hard because you could easily find yourself in a situation where you are uh, trying to make money off of the wrong thing, and people find it disingenuous and tasteful, and you could get some bad publicity on top of it. Which you obviously don't want to happen, but those things can happen, especially when you're on a crusade to keep your business floating and profitable. So I think you just need to be careful. So I remember when everybody made this big deal about Cecil the Lion. Well, I made a Cecil the Lion T-shirt, and I actually sold quite a few of them. Cecil the Lion was a lion who apparently got shot out in the wild. He was a famous lion, and somebody paid to go on a hunting expedition, and the outfitters that took him, or the guides that took him, I don't know, had the doctor, dentist, or whoever it was shoot the famous lion. Which, I mean, what do you say? I mean, it's not funny that the lion got shot, but it's just, I mean, the poor guy that didn't even, I don't think he even realized he was shooting a famous lion, and it just kind of looked bad all the way around. R.I.P. Cecil. We sold a few shirts on it. Nobody thought it was bad. We weren't trying to make it bad, or but obviously to a degree you're capitalizing on somebody's misfortune, in this case the lions, and you got to be careful with that, because it can really be taken wrong if it is found to be ingenuous or insensitive. So people are funny about things like that these days. So anyways, so we have sold a number of shirts here. That's kind of what the numbers look like. Expenses, revenue, we made a profit. Hopefully when we sit down and do July's numbers, they look a lot better. So, and they really at this point have the potential to be such. um, so we'll talk to you guys in August, and hopefully there's some really good news to share with you. So financially, don't forget to like and follow Digital T-Shirt Shop. And we'll see you later.